Good afternoon, my dear students. I'm Dr. C. Srinivasulu. I'm the instructor of your course, Software Engineering. Uh, it is introduced in your third year first semester. As per the your regulations R18, the software engineering contains the 5 units. The course outcome object for the course outcome objective of course is it, to understand the different phases of the SDLC, then to understand the different process models, then need to understand the requirement engineering, then we need to understand the design part of how do you design or model the system. Then we have to understand the risk management and configuration management. And also we need to understand the testing strategies and the software quality assurance. Though your unit is split into 5 units, your syllabus is split into 5 units, which will help you to understand the different process models, understand the software engineering holistically. Comes to the first unit, the outcome of the software engineering first unit, it talks about the definition of software engineering. It talks about the different myths of the software engineering. Right? So software engineering, as per the IEEE definition, software engineering is nothing but a systematic approach for developing a software. So it means that we need to follow some systematic approach for developing your software. Then we have a different type of myths are there. We have a custom myths are there, customer myths, developer myths are there. So we have to see what are the different type of myths are there. Then we need to understand the what are the different process models are there. We have a different process models uh, are uh, uh, are available in as per the software engineering in your first mate, like a waterfall model, RAD model, prototype model, iteration model, and we have Agile Scrum methodology. So the challenging task being task for all the stakeholder who are involved in the first phase is to identify the process model. Based on your requirements, the stakeholder need to be identified which process model is really fit to develop your application, or the product. We have different type of stakeholders are going to be involved for developing in your software. So one is the customer, really who can provide the who can provide the requirements to the to the business analyst. The second stakeholder is a business analyst. A business analyst is the guy who has a strong domain knowledge, functional domain knowledge, and we can able to understand the customer requirements and keep in the form of the SRS software requirement specification document. Then next stakeholder who are involved in the software development life cycle is an architect. Architect is a guy who has a sound design knowledge, has a sound design knowledge. So the prerequisite to design any system or model any system, he has to understand the requirements specifications thoroughly, which is designed by the business analyst. Then the outcome expected outcome document from the software architect is in modeling or the design is a low level design document or high level design document. Then then the other phase in our SDLC is implementation or the construction. Here, the stakeholder who are involved in implementation of the construction are developers. Basically, the prerequisites to become a developer they should have a strong programming skills, where the strong programming skills. So what the baseline documents of the need to be understand to the developer is they should understand the software requirements as well as the design documents. Then based on that, they start developing the application. Then the other activity in SDLC is software testing. Basically, testing is nothing but they verify and validate the software which is developed by the code developers, and as well as the gathered requirements by the customer. Basically, the tester will does the verification and validation. So whether you'll see that whether it is product is right or the product is wrong, product is right, right? So that's why a tester will involved to make sure that the quality will make sure that the deliverables are software is delivered with high quality. Then that's so the different activities will be there. Then deployment is one of the activity. After doing testing, we need to push into the different environment deployment. So basically, we have a different environments are available in real time. Real time, we have a development environment, we have a production environment, we have a testing environment. Basically, whatever the code they develop, the test developers are will push into the different environments. So these are the different phases are there. So your second unit is talks about the requirement engineering. Requirement engineering, what typically the object, the expected objective is, the learner should understand what are the different requirement engineering techniques are there for gathering your requirements, and what are the different elicitation techniques are there. So then, based on that, we can design a better functional and non-functional requirement. That's that is expected outcome from second unit. Then third unit is discuss about the design. So as I mentioned in your as I mentioned, design is nothing but modeling. So we by using a different modeling tools, so we develop the we develop design documents. Typically, architect is going to do that. So what are the there are different diagrams we need to understand this unit as a class, how to build a class diagram, how to build a sequence diagram, different. So there are 8 diagrams are there. Based on the system behavior, it is dynamic or static behavior, we fit into these diagrams. So then there are different modeling tools are available in the market, right? So we have a rational rows is one of the most widely used modeling tool, and we have a star UML, we have a Argo UML are there. As part of our laboratory, software engineering laboratory, we are going to use star UML for designing all your UML diagrams. That talks about third unit. Then fourth unit talks about the risk management and configuration management. Once the software is developed and tested, it's a challenging task. How do you manage the different versions of the software? Different software. So different version control tools are need to be understand. What do you mean by configuration? What do you mean? How you are going to be identify the different risks are there? Risk management and risk mitigation is one of the challenging tasks when you are trying to do the project planning, right? So that's fourth unit talks about on product metrics, process, and require and risk management, configuration management. And fifth unit is talking about different testing strategies. Once you develop application, finally we want to make sure that system is developed with a zero errors, right? So for that one, software quality assurance is a software quality assurance. Depart quality software quality assurance is one of the department involved in software development life cycle. They make sure that they define the quality process, and they define the different testing strategies to make sure that the product is delivered with zero errors. That is the fifth unit objective. So software engineering is a holistic approach. Software engineering subject is a holistic approach, which will help you to understand the different approaches. The prescribed textbook for software engineering is a Pressman, a practitioner guide for the software engineers. So we have a different versions are there, right? Then the second one is a Somerville, which talks about the requirement engineering more. So these are the different textbooks we need to follow. Hope this introduction lecture will help you to get into insights of your software engineering. So thank you very much.